Hey, boys and girls. Whoa, 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 whoa. What we got happening here? Let's stop all that. All right, there we go. Good morning, boys and girls. Mr. Baxter's Learning Channel is your plate. Boys and girls, sometimes it don't work out. I'm not going back. I'm not stopping, okay? Let's show how we keep pushing through, okay? Today, boys and girls, is Thursday, May the 14th, 2020. This is what it's supposed to go like. Mr. Baxter's Learning Channel is your place to be. You found us. You're exactly right. Today, like I said, Thursday, May the 14th, 2020, we're getting ready to do a little bit of math time. We're gonna look at Eureka, Module 5, Kindergarten Module 5, Lesson number 14. Building up our teen numbers, and we're gonna do it in a circular pattern today. All right, so hold on before we talk about where we're going and how we're gonna get there. Mr. Baxter should have rung the bell. Whew, there we go. A little jumbled up, but now we've got all the good vibrations rolling. We're ready to receive this math knowledge. All right. Okay. Can you see me? Can you see me? Okay, here we go. Let's zoom in to figure out where we're going and how we're going to get there. As always. All right, boys and girls. I can count to find how many. That's what we've been doing. We've been counting in different ways, doing our say 10 counting, or we've been looking at tower configurations, or we're building up, or we've been counting in a line. Well, today, we're going to look at a special way. How we're going to get there, how we will show what we know is I will count teen numbers, those are the numbers 11 to 20, in circle shapes. So there's a couple different ways we're going to have to remind ourselves when we're counting in a circle shape, we have to remember certain strategies like maybe circling 10, right? To find out how many, we have a group of 10 and how many's left over. Maybe putting a counting path. So we put our pen down and every time we move to another object, we say that next number, and the last number tells us how many, right? Or we can put an object, right? Put an object there. Like we can draw a line to remind us that we started at this one, so when we get back, it's time to stop, so that we don't just count round and around and around. We want to know the right number. We're going to look at a couple of different ways to do that, and then we're going to look at your seesaw activity today. So let me get set up, and then I will zoom it on back. All right. You guys know the deal. Right now we're going to be looking at counting 20 objects. So if you would like to count along with Mr. Baxter, please go find yourself 20 objects, 20 marbles. I don't like the pulse. I will tell you that. Sorry the pulse keeps happening. But we've got it figured out now. All right, so it's cool and all when we have our 20 objects all set up in two different 10 frames for us, right? I see 10 up top, 10 on the bottom, no problem, right? 10 and 10 we know gives us 20. 10 and 10, or two 10s, is 20. When they're all set up pretty like this, not a big deal. But remember, today we're practicing counting in a circular pattern, right? So I'm going to show you what happens when it all gets a little messed up. And we got to start using that math brain a little more, okay? So I'm going to take our 10 frames off. Yeah. And I'm going to start to put these items, our objects, our little magnets, in a circle pattern. All right? So here, I'm going to circle them out. And then we're going to talk about the strategies of how to count these items once they get into a circle. All right? You could be putting your items in a circle. You see how I cleared off one 10 frame? How many do you think's there? 10. But I'm going to keep them different colors now. Now we need to figure out how to count these items in a circle. Well, we're going to talk about a couple different ways. One way that we can do that is we can circle our first 10, right? We can circle 10. So what we have to do, boys and girls, sorry, I've lost my marker. Got it back? What we got to do, guys, is we'll touch and count. We will touch and count, and once we see 10, we can circle those, and then we'll count how many more we have left. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I will circle those 10, which shows me that I have a group of 10 and 2 left over. Well, we know 10, 2 is the number 12. Yes, that's how we find our team number of 12. Let's try it a different way. I will erase my circle path. And you know what? Just for fun, I'm going to add another couple of items. And we're going to find out how many objects we have in our circle. All right? Don't get confused when you see these things in a circle, because we've got multiple strategies, guys. We are math magicians. Our second strategy we're going to do with these circle objects is we're going to draw a counting path. And that is when we put our pen down, and each time our pen or pencil comes to another object, we say the next number. Here's our numbers in our hundreds chart, and we know we're working with our numbers between 11 and 20, so it's going to be one of our team numbers. But watch this. Remember, here's our counting path. Put your pencil down and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember each number you say. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, I started here. I do not connect my circle, or else I would just be counting around and around and around. The last number that I said was 15. And as math magicians, boys and girls, you all know that the last number tells us how many. You're exactly right. So how many is in this circle configuration? Well, if 15 is the last number we said, then it's 15. You're exactly right. I'm going to add a couple more, and I'm going to show you one more strategy that you could use, okay? Let's get rid of our counting path. And let's make our circle. All right. Now, another way, boys and girls, you might not have a pencil to draw your counting path, or you may not have a pencil to put your to circle your group of 10, but what you do have is your counting strategy, right? But you might get confused because you're going around and around and around and around. So I suggest you find an object that is different than the objects you're counting. If you're counting marbles, use a paper clip or a hair tie. If you're counting Legos, use a Lincoln log to break it up, right? So you want to put whatever object you have at the number 1. So that when you know to start counting there, and you also know when you get back to your object that you should stop. Here's what I'm talking about. This is the one that I'm going to start with, number 1. All right, so watch how Mr. Baxter counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Do I keep going and counting the one with the object above it that I started with? No. That would get us confused. I know the last number I said was 17, and the last number we say when we're counting tells us how many. Those are 3 different strategies today. Circling a group of 10 and counting the extra ones, using a counting path, or placing an object to remind yourself where to start counting and where to stop. We got through our objects together. Let's work on a little seesaw activity together as well, okay? All right, join me in our seesaw fun. We won't stop until we're done. Rhyme time, feeling fine. What? Rhyme time? It's not. We're doing math. It's okay. We're having fun is what we're doing. So what we will do is we will get our seesaw activity ready. Remind yourselves, I can count to find how many, and I will count team numbers 11 through 20 in circle configurations or circle shapes. Here comes Seesaw. All right, guys. First thing you're going to do today on Seesaw is we're going to do our story problem. So take a look. Your story problem says, that looks very blurry. Let's zoom out and zoom back in. Sorry, so blurry. Let's zoom it in and see if that works. There! That's working a little bit better. Now we can see our story problem and we can see our activity. Let's go just a wee bit that way, and we have straightened it all up. All right, story problem today says, Eva put 12 cookies on her cookie sheet in 2 rows of 6. So get your move tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. 2 rows of 6. There's an array, right? Same number in each column as there in each row. All right, so 12 cookies on her cookie sheet in 2 rows of 6. Now we are going to show the cookies as a number bond. We know the number 12 is 10 and 2. So please get yourself a marker. Write 10 and 2. But guess what? The easy way to remind yourself that it's 10 and 2 is let's use one of those strategies. We're going to circle the first 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I stop there. Circle those, showing me I have a group of 10 and 2. When they walk together, they make our number 12. There's page 1 of your Seesaw activity today. On page 2, you're going to whisper and count these objects. And we're going to write to see how many there are. Now, you have a couple of different opportunities to do this. You can use a counting path. Touch and count each one as you go through and stop as you say the last number. You can draw a line so that you know to start counting and stop counting. Or you can count through and you can circle the first 10. I'm going to do a counting path here. Circle 10 here, and I will draw our line here, and then you guys can do one on your own. So we're going to do our counting path. We put our pen down and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I started here, stopped here. The last number I said was 14, and our last number tells us how many. Now, over here, we're going to circle the first 10 we come to. Put your finger down and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I will circle those 10. And that shows me that I have 10 in my circle, 2 outside of the circle. 10 and 2 gives us the number 12. And last but not least, guys, I'm going to change the color so that I can put myself a line right here to show that I'll start counting here and stop when I get back to my line. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. My last number that I said when I got back to my line was 15. So that's our number we're going to write in our box. 15 is 10, 5. We represent that with a 1 and a 5. You may do the last one on your own. Now, they have given you some teen numbers up here, and you need to use these objects to make the picture match. The first teen number is 13. So let's touch and count and see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I know that the number 13 is a 10 and 3. So we need to add, using the move tool, 1, 2, and 3. Now I've made my picture match my number. I would like for you to use the triangles to do the same over here. Down in the bottom, write your own teen number and then draw a picture to match your number. You may want to choose 11 or anything up to 20. I'll show you how you would take I'm going to choose the number 16, and then I would take the magic marker right here and draw 16 items, okay? And I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just like that, I have made my picture match my number. I'll hit the check to turn in my work. That's how you guys are going to rock it today. Here's Mr. Baxter staring square into the camera, letting you guys know that you are math magicians and you are going to rock this Eureka today. Look up above my shoulder and see where we were going. Well, it said I can count to find how many. We did that, right? We used 3 different strategies to count to find how many. And I can count our team numbers 11 through 20 in circle shapes. We did that 3 different ways. You guys rocked it. You knocked it out. Happy Thursday. Eureka 5.14. Ready to rock. Baxter out. Sometimes the